back. So I did a little setup trying to do. So today what we're going to do, we're going to clean this up. As it works. But now that we have several technologies, for instance, iron floors, which makes it easier to build on a grid. We have trash cans, larva storages, counter ends. We also have cascades. We also have this floral island scanner. We might be able to get this up and running. But we also have old gates, end gates, null trails, plant cutting. We can make all the basic resources, it seems like. Let's make it a little bit more clean and tidy. So we'll start with smelting. So we're gonna do some smiting.
Smite me, O mighty smiter.
Alright, so I have 3 smelters right now running to make the iron ingots needed. This iron ingot store pile is literally just for building. That's why I put this one separate. It doesn't get touched by any of these other resources. Looks like we're going to need more plates. So we're going to actually go like this. Go reconnect this, change target to this. Because we're going to need plates. This flooring, this grid stuff takes 1 plate. So we'll start funneling that iron ingots into those plates. So smelting. So we have 3 smelting for iron. We also have a new resource. We have copper that we can turn that into there. So we're going to have set up something for copper. We got scrap copper. You also have rubble in a smeltery that turns it into concrete. So we're also going to need to do that. And we'll probably need another smelter for glass. Because if you look, we end up unlocking wire, which can be crafted from copper. And ingots can be crafted in a smeltery. We have concrete, which is crafted in a smeltery, which is used for concrete cores, which I have no access on getting this gold diamond thing. Not exactly sure what that is. And monuments. Our goal right now, big goal, overarching goal, is to create concrete monuments. Because we need 3 of them to be able to get small bridges. And I'm hoping the small bridges can make transport between the islands a little bit easier. So, we also have glass. We can smelt the glass in the smelteries. And we also have access to large stockpiles, and they also make light bulbs. So, to start off with, we need smelters for glass, smelters for concrete, and smelters for copper. So, I think I'm going to do 2, 2, 2, 3 for the iron. So, this game is so weird. I'm used to like spinning it right there. Rotating it before placing it, but in this game you have to click it, then you can rotate it. It's kind of weird. We're going to need an extractor. We'll go like this. We'll say iron. So we're gonna, you know what? Let's make 4. So go like that. There we go. Because I'm trying to figure this out. So back here? Yeah, that looks symmetrical. I like symmetrical. Cannot lie. The bros cannot die. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a main track. We're going to go like this, which will connect and be able to interact with this. Then we're going to have a null gate, which don't interact with anything. We're going to go down to here. over, and back up. All right. So a basic ant will interact with this, come down here, and not interact with these. I don't want them to interact with these things. So what we're going to do is we're going to, because like, if you look, we're going to change this recipe. We're going to make it an iron. Iron. Why are you not built? Oh, you need more scrap. Yeah, we're working on it. Trying to get scrap. You know what? I'm good for this, so let's not. Let's make this 0. We'll let them continue building up the stockpile of that. We have a good amount of fiber. We're also going to be deconstructing these buildings. I end up saving up a larva in preparation of doing this build. We shouldn't need these, so let's stop them going in here. We don't need any more screws. We need the iron. This is for scrap. That's for more iron. So let's stop this one. Don't have that one. All right. So should be. Let's see. Where are you coming from? Oh, okay. So let's as you can tell, we end up dropping down a stage, which is fine. 75 ants is fine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this guy, move him down here, go like this. Then we're gonna set this to 0. We don't want any ants. We have immortal ants messing with that. So what we need is to try and get the supply up and running. So we need more ants over here. We'll put this one on the main route. Try and bring in the energy pods. Alright, so should be collecting the scrap. Oh, wow. Scrap pile's gone. Okay, that could do it. So what we're gonna do is how much scrap's left in this? 21. So we're going to run over here. I end up prepping this. We're gonna harvest this. So when this is get done, we'll start moving all the ants over there to collect these piles. And then after that piles are done, we'll come over here and collect these piles. And then we'll collect all these piles. And after all those piles are done, all we have left is the mining depots, and we'll convert over to creating miners. Get back over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a cast gate. No. Yeah, carry gate. I don't like how that's connected. Alright, so let's redo this. Not a fan of why that's connected. So we're going to move this over to. Move this over. Be right back after I set this up.
A few moments later.
Alright, so this is going to be the basic setup. I'm going to set one up for I'm just going to use the same exact setup, even though probably overdoing it just a little bit, but that's fine. Go big or go home, right? So this is a much cleaner build. Essentially what I'm trying to do is I still haven't added the old layer on pulling ants out, but we'll deal with that after I get this all set up. So an ant will go around here, not interact with anything, all right? These gates are set if they are carrying scrap from this. They'll pick up scrap from here. because there's a normal trail, a hauling trail there. Pick up scrap, and then hit this gate, and this gate goes, if you're carrying scrap, bring it down here. Now, it only takes one scrap to smelt it, and they'll sit there and wait until that smelt's done. So when the ant comes down, it'll sit there and smelt. I think I messed something up.
No. Yes.
All right. I'm going to have to redesign this because if multiple ants are here, say 4 ants are running around, every single one of them is going to want to come down here and just sit here and wait until it gets put in here. That's a problem. I'll be back. I'm going to redesign this.
One eternity later.
All right. So this is the new redesign.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Of this system. So instead of having side to side, all right, I'm just going to put on one way. That way it makes everything a little bit simpler, and it does kind of look cleaner. So essentially you put the ants on here, come down, pick up scrap, come over here, and I just put counter gates. So only 1 ant per thing. So let's count 1 ant goes in here, sits there and smelts ingot up. I end up putting it in counter gate here, and then as soon as it's done, it comes down here. It's going to might be a little bit inefficient in the sense that if there's no ant here and they have an ingot, so what they're going to do is they're going to come down here. Let's say this was empty. An ant will come down here with the scrap, smelt it. When it's done, come down here, and if there's no ant here, it will go this way. But because it's carrying an ingot of iron, it's just going to keep going down here, and it will keep going until it drops the iron down here. This is where we're going to store the iron. Now, I also, at the end, put an old gate here to come off and feed into the system. So that's going to be, this is all going to be iron ingots. I want to set up the glass, copper, concrete. I'll show you the finished work when I get finished.
2 very boring minutes later.
All right. So we have the smelting portion of the resources we have so far. It took me a little bit to get set up. I ended up destroying all the scrap that I could go over here, so I had to move everybody back over to these piles, so they're doing that. I also have the population and energy stabilized coming in. I only have 1 hatchery going at a time. Converting all these ingots into plates for right now. Actually, I probably can call that good. That's 55. That'll be 56 plates. So what we'll do is we'll bring this guy down here and put him on there, and this guy down here and put them over there. So I've been messing with it a little bit. So I got rid of the research. We're not doing any research right now. Trying to stabilize the population. So essentially what I'm having is all the normal workers being cut off and doing a smaller loop. So if you look here, old people come here, all workers go this way, the workers come up here and just do the small loop to use the last little bit of their life collecting the energy pods. So back over here, nice, looks nice, it's clean. We have iron ingots, copper ingots, concrete, and glass get supplied from up here. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to work filling them up, because if you can't just use a counter gate, because these are separate, and if ants The ant's probably going to sit here for a while. So if I put it as 4, it's going to have 4 ants just going in circles, because there's going to be 4 ants here. So there's going to be actually 8 ants just sitting in here. So what I end up doing is I put 2, because I assume that maybe, just based off of timing, you know, that there'll be 4 ants in here and 2 ants going in circles waiting to be going into the smelters. The only thing I didn't do is I put this one at 3. Iron's a little bit more important, so that's why I did that. We're going to connect these all to here. So that's the smelter setup. So next thing I need to do is do the assembler setup, making the bolts, the plates, the fabric, copper wire, light bulbs, which eats the light bulbs, or the glass. I think I'm going to double up on the plates, have 2 people making plates. The bolts seem like there's enough with 1, so we'll do 1 there. I wasn't making enough fabric, so that's why I was originally doubling up on here, so it's 2 of those. And then we'll do 1 for light bulbs and 1 for copper wire. I'm not exactly sure what type of things the wire and the coppers, the wire and the bulbs are going to be using, but we'll find out together. So I'm going to extend this down. I wonder if I can. Nope. There's a lot of quality life things that this game needs to add. A drag feature for this type of thing, where you can just like click, drag area. That'd be awesome. The ability to copy and paste would be another great thing to have. So that'd be awesome. So, all right, and I end up putting old gates in here. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to feed this. I basically put a loop here, so they come in, they try to feed into there. I'm gonna try and mimic this as much as possible, where I have these offshoots. Only thing is it's a little bit upgraded, you know, a little bit bigger.
That's what she said.
I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna try to set this up, figure out how to do this. So I'll be right back.
A few inches later.
All right, so this is what we got. I cleaned up this a little bit.
Yeah!
Finish this. So all these are connected to where their resources are going to be. This stack smelts iron, goes into iron right here. This does copper. This does concrete. This is glass. Now down here we have a dispenser for the iron. Over here we're doing screws and plates. Now how I work this is I'm going to put 1 ant coming in at a time. Boom, boom. So 1 ant comes in, either drops off a piece of steel, and because it takes 4 steel, he'll leave unless he's the ant that has the 4th steel, and then he'll sit there and wait until the plate's made, and then he'll come back out and drop the stuff off. All right, this is connected to the plant fiber, and this makes fabric. This is where the fabric's going to be made. I have old cast rip off or siphoning off on each of these. So this does the fabric. This is going to make the copper wire. Not sure where it's for, but it's on the assembly line. And the glass gets turned into light bulbs. This is where the glass is getting smelted. And all that's coming over there. Now, I don't have the system set up to bring the materials over here, right? That's fine. I don't plan on doing that. I plan on working towards getting the concrete up and running so I can make the concrete monument over here. And then I will come over here and make a concrete monument over here. I'm also going to need to do is make one of these. So I'm going to need 25 copper wire, 40 concrete, 10 light bulbs, and 10 green energy, which are the Mark II energy bulbs, which are over here. There's some. There's a big patch up here. So I will pull those over, make some drone ants to pull those over. Might be just a temporary setup. Well, the goal is to get the bridges. Alright, that's what I'm trying to get to, the bridges. But I need to make one of these to make a third island, to find a third island to accomplish this, which is build 3 concrete monuments on 3 different islands. That's basically what I'm going towards. But this should tide me over. It's nice, it's clean, it's sleek. I like it.
Smooth criminal.
Now what I'm going to have to do is connect the existing baby factory up to this system, and of course all extras will be dumped into getting energy. I'm going to have to set I forgot. I need to set up the research. I'll get to that. Soon as this gets populated, we're going to do that. So to feed these, we're going to put some counter gates down. I haven't got the counter gates up and running yet. So I think we're going to... This comes in like this, goes around, comes back, goes here. Maybe we'll move up the like this. Not sure. Alright, so 3, so we're going to put 2. So gonna make this a 3. So we're gonna make a counter gate from here to here, and move this. Put them on the line like that. We'll put 1 counter for 1 right here. That. This we're going to want it to be 3. Now I'm assuming that there's going to be ants in here, so it's going to be 3 plus 3, so there'll be 6 ants in this one. I made this a 1, assuming that there'll be 1 in here, so there'll be 2 that will cycle. And we'll run a line right here. That looks great. So there's going to be 2, and this takes 2. So we'll make it 2. Yeah, we'll split off 2. So we're just going to go like this. Boom. And then we're going to null gate this all the way up to here. Like this. And we'll make this a 2. There we go. So we have that one fed, we have this one fed, we have this one fed. Now we just have to feed this one. This will take 3. Ooh, 2. We'll siphon off 2. So we're gonna go like this and siphon off 2. And I'm just gonna follow the old line like this. And go like that. Boom. Alright, cool. So we got that set up. Everything should be good. Might have some hiccups.
That's what they all say.
Not sure. We'll figure it out. So we're going to get rid of the smelter. We're going to tell you to go over here. And we're going to erase this. We don't need the smelter anymore. We have enough build up. So what we're going to do is we're going to ship this over here. We're going to delete this. Delete this. Delete this. Let that guy go. Delete these. There we go. Alright. So the only thing... That's the scrap. This line's the scrap. So, baby's born, comes down, goes over there. Alright, so what we need is move him up here. Move him back over here. Move this over here. There we go. Then what we're going to do is we're going to delete this, and then we're going to convert this into this line, and we're going to put this way over here and connect it to here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go like this, bring it back, and connect it there. And then all the excess ants will be going over here. I know we haven't set up the research. We'll do that next time. I'm just wanting to get this up and run so you can see what it looks like when it's fully running. And what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade this to 2 ants. And when I mean 2 ants, I mean 2 larva producers. Like this. I'm going to slowly start creating, using null gates properly. These are hulling posts. Really don't need it. To connect this, the old gates. So what's going to happen is I'm going to do this. We are going to add this, like this. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why am I putting a hulling thing in the middle of the age line? That's because we have a beautiful new thing called a trash can. So what's going to do, we're going to put this trash can here. Ooh, we already have an old one. So we're going to put the trash can here, which basically just voids any excess resources that's being carried. I'm not going to be dealing with this anymore. I'm going to get rid of this. Get rid of this. I'm not going to deal with those. What's going to happen is if they're carrying something when they get, which they shouldn't. All right. The only reason they're going to be carrying anything is if we have an excess of whatever item they're carrying for. And in that case, if I have over 392 of that item, I really don't mind if they throw it away. To be honest. So what they're going to do is they're going to throw it away there. And continue from there. We're going to put this all the way on this line. Right? All the level 2 drones are all going to be shunted over here. They're going to still be collecting this because I still have not set up the conversion into the research ants, which will be the next project next time. We are going to let them do this, set this up, and let this factory start up and see how it's going to work out. So we have iron ants going, making the bolts, making the plates, getting the scrap iron, smelting it. The thing is with one of these, I wasn't keeping about, I was just barely over 50 ants. So throw a second one in there to get the numbers bumped up, because I'm going to need quite a few ants for this, and to still support the other ant, the energies ants with the excess. Let's take a look at the scrap down here. We are doing good on scrap. So like after all the scrap piles are done, we'll clear out these scrap piles and then we'll start mining these. We will stop using haulers and we will you start using the miners to mine the scrap from these nodes, clearing the area. So this, we don't need this anymore because that was connected to the excess storage down here. Oh, I forgot to put a line over here. So what we're gonna do is I forgot to upgrade this. Out of all the storage units I upgraded, this is the one I forgot to upgrade. Awesome. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go like this. We're gonna boom, like that, and we're gonna go move this here, and then temporarily we're going to move this over here, and then I'm just gonna move this the stuff over there when it gets full. So are we good? We good? All right. I'm not seeing any ants carrying stuff, so we're going to delete this. And we're going to do the same thing we did over there. Except we're going to go like that. And add a trash can here. There we go. Like I said, if I have a resource that's 392, even energy, I'm not going to need it. So we'll call that good. I ended up taking the research ant that was feeding the researchers and put them on the inside, trying to get some more energy on a smaller loop. So, all right, cool. We are at max ant population. We are filling up these. Looks like we're doing pretty good. I know there's probably a better efficient way of doing this, but right now this will work. This is gonna work for me. So looks like we're doing pretty good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a counter gate. We're gonna upgrade this again. We're gonna go counter gate. One extra ant. Come over here to here. That way we can get faster, get this number up so we can get up to 100, because I think that's about what we're going to need to run this factory properly and full out. I'm assuming. Because if you look, every time they go down there, it's like click, and this goes click. Yeah. I think we made some pretty good progress today. We didn't mess anything over on the desert island, but that's totally fine. We need a good foundation before we start exploring outside our home. We have a good amount of copper and glass that should tie us over. The only thing that we'll have to run over there to grab will be the energy level 2 energy pods, which are right here. See, it says energy pod Mark 2. So we'll have to run over there and grab like 10 of them, I think. Yeah, all we need is go over there and grab 10 of them. All I'm going to do is I'm going to make a flyer drone. I'm going to fly them over here, grab an energy pod, bring it back. We just need 10. And that's all I'm going to do. That way you can unlock the next island and see what type of materials we're going to be getting. So this is running, spinning up. It's running quite nicely, in my opinion. This looks pretty good. All of them have some ants in it. The copper is getting turned into wire. The only ants thing that doesn't have ants is the light bulb maker. But like I said, we are working up getting the energy up. As soon as that hits up, we'll be able to produce 100 ants. So that's should keep everything going. Alrighty then. I'll see you next time. If you're liking the content, maybe give me a like, a subscribe. Really helps out. Have a nice day. Bye.